Good afternoon. My name is Tim Ringo, author, board advisor, and conference speaker on subjects related to digital transformation in the workplace. Today's subject of this Tim Talk is called Demystifying Digital Workforce Transformation. So how do we help people use intelligent technology to transform the workplace, to actually make work more engaging, and should I say, even make work a bit more fun? So let's dive in. So first of all, let me ask you a question. Does anybody here ever heard of the word Yoda bite? So just raise your hand. It's nothing to do with Star Wars. It has nothing to do with Yoda. So nobody? Well, that's fine, because I've been asking this question for a year now, and not one person has ever raised their hand to say they know what a Yoda bite is. But a Yoda bite is really important. In fact, we are in the Yoda bite era today, right? We were just in the previous one, which was called exabyte. Now we're in the Yoda bite, right? And that's a completely different one. I'll show you. It's an impossibly big number. It's a 1 followed by 27 zeros, right? It's a massive number. But this is the amount of bytes of data that are flying around the internet every day. This size of a number, the Yoda byte. And in fact, this number is so big that we had to invent the word Yoda byte only a couple years ago to be able to describe it. And in fact, in a couple years from now, we're going to have to come up with another word as we add on 3 more zeros to this number, right? So things are moving very quickly in terms of digital capabilities, our ability to process data, our ability to use data in artificial intelligence and these sorts of things, just going on exponentially. So there's actually a competition going on to name the next thing that we call after a Yoda bite. So I don't know what it is. I thought maybe a Ringo bite, but I don't think anybody thought that was a great idea. So that's a Yoda bite, but we are in the Yoda bite era today, and that's what's allowing us to do things that we were never able to do before. So you may have seen recently that Apple have come out and said that they're going to have Apple Vision Pro headsets for everybody, right? And they didn't say this is going to be for home use. They've actually said these are going to be for work use, to do your emails, to do conference calls, to do all sorts of things that we do in work. So the way work is going to look like in just a couple years is going to be very, very different than it looks like today. In fact, I would say we're going to see the mouse, the keyboard, even the screen are going to disappear, right? And it's going to be a very, very different place. So I was very encouraged when I heard Apple say this wasn't a toy for home. This is actually a toy for work, and it's all about people productivity. But because we have this ability to process data and do things at this sort of level, that's why it's really important. So this is an AI fridge. So this is a fridge that I have at home. It's a fridge connected to my Wi-Fi. It's got a camera and a processor, and it can look inside our refrigerator and let us know when we run out of certain foods. In fact, it can even order those foods for us through a service that we've created. So it's quite interesting to be able to sit in your home and know that your refrigerator is going to order some things that you need, and guess what? It arrives on Friday. It's fantastic, these sorts of things. This is somebody I met at a conference last year. He's from Northern Ireland. He's technically the world's first cyborg, right? So he actually has a chip implanted in his head, and you can see the little thing on top of his head. That's actually a sensor. He is one of those people that can't see colors. He only sees shades of gray and black. And he was so frustrated with this, he knew that there was technology out there that could help him, and he went and asked for permission from the World Health Organization to get approval to have a doctor implant a chip in his head that allows that sensor to see colors for him and translate that into his brain so that he can actually see. And in fact, he actually feels the color. He gets vibrations, and the vibrations allow him to see colors. So we have the world's first cyborg. This other thing is called an emobot. So this emobot sits on your desk. It's coming soon. And it's going to listen to you working all day, and it's going to learn what you do and how you do it. And it's basically going to become a digital assistant. It's going to help you at work just like your Alexa does at home, and it's called an emobot. And so you'll see these coming out very soon to be helping you at work. We also have, and Tesla is really close to sort of cracking these autonomous cars. So self-driving cars that are actually more safe and better drivers than humans. Certainly better than me, I would say. That's for certain. But also, at SpaceX, they've invented autonomous spaceships. So I don't know if you knew that Elon Musk's SpaceX program, the capsule that they use to go into space to deliver astronauts to the Space Center, the astronauts don't actually drive that ship. It's completely autonomous. It lifts off by itself. It drives to the space station, and it docks itself, and they simply get out, and they don't have to interfere. Unless something happens, they don't have to do anything, and it gets there. So this is where it's leading us. The Yoda bite is taking us to a completely different world, and very, very quickly. So this is what's coming. So really it's time to start to rethink the future of the workforce, of the workplace, and even our homes as well. I mean, if we look at it, just in the past few years, we now have 218 billion cloud mobile app downloads every year. That's up more than double in just the past couple of years. There's now 3.96 billion, 4 billion social network users, which is basically everybody on the planet. There's 14.9 web-enabled devices like my refrigerator, right? 14.9 billion, that's like 2 per person around the world. 22 billion devices connected to the Internet of Things, right? So our motorways, other things that we don't see, even like my refrigerator, are doing stuff for us all the time and we don't even know about it because it's connected to the Internet and doing things for us. And one that I'm really excited about are these voice-capable devices. So you've got one, maybe a Google Home or an Alexa. We're going to start to see these come into work, where again, we're going to see the mouse, the keyboard, the screen disappear. And we're going to talk to our systems. We're going to talk, and each of us will have a digital assistant that's going to help us at work. And rather than typing into things, we're going to be able to talk to our devices. And this is what artificial intelligence is rapidly becoming more. It's less about sort of reading text and typing text. It's going to be more talking to the artificial intelligence. So let's put a number up here that's going to really blow your mind. So this is Philippe in Paris in 1836. And he took the world's first selfie. He took this newfangled device called a camera. He put it on a tripod, put a little air bubble on it, and was able to squeeze the bubble and take the world's first selfie. But ever since then, 1836 to 2017, it was estimated that about 2.3 trillion images have been captured in that period of time since photography was invented. From 2017 to 2023, it's estimated that we're now at about 7 to 9 trillion images taken almost every year, right? So we've more than quadrupled the number of images that are captured just in a year relative to that 160 years that we were looking at before. So there's a lot of data flying around out there, and that's again why the Yottabyte is really important. But we have to look at the workplace, right? In our workplace, it's still 1992. The mouse, the keyboard, the screen, nothing's really changed in those years intervening in between that, between 92 to sort of 2022, 2023. But that's all about to change, because at home, we have these devices that are very good at helping us buy stuff and do things. Well, that's what work is going to look like in the very near future. And in fact, I want to show you a video of exactly that. This is a manager who's got his Amazon Echo, and it's hooked up to his HR system called SuccessFactors. And he can do things like approve holidays, approve training, and do that all through voice and not through the PC. So have a listen.
Alexa, launch SuccessFactors.
Welcome to SuccessFactors running on Echo. You currently have 1 approval and no deadline critical items.
Alexa, ask SuccessFactors to get my HR update.
You currently have 1 approval for John Barnard, 2 learning objectives to be completed by December 31st, and 12 end-of-year reviews to complete.
Okay. So that's it for me today. I just wanted to give you a glimpse into the future. I want to give you a view of the things that are coming, and also see that the power of the data, the power of our ability to process, and ultimately our ability to now harness these very intelligent machines is going to change the workplace incredibly. It's going to be a very exciting future, and I think we're going to see work being much more engaging, much more fun, and also a lot more productive. Thank you very much.